Essentially, I would have a drainage tube in my head. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video of 2023. Sorry if I'm not looking into the camera. This is quite awkward for me. This is the first sit down video I've ever done. So don't really know where to look. Not really used to this, but please bear with me. So today's video is going to be all about my surgery. So in December 22nd, I had surgery, kind of aesthetic, but mostly preventative and correctional surgery, which is why I haven't posted in a while, and also why I never really did any sit down videos or showed my face really in videos. I always had my phone in front of my face, in front of the mirror, but now I guess I should be more confident doing videos in front of the camera. Yeah, I guess this is all about my surgery. I thought I'd make this video because I know that especially surgery in Korea is quite a interesting subject to people. I know years ago on YouTube there was a whole trend of YouTubers coming to Korea to get surgery and like sponsor surgery and free surgery and stuff like that. So I thought, why not make a video about my experience with surgery in Korea, and not free surgery. This is definitely not free. I got a credit card for this surgery so that I can pay harbu, which is like monthly installments. So yeah, let's get into what surgery I had done. So I've always had an issue with how my eye looked, specifically my right eye. It's always very uneven, and I always hated how it looked in photos and how I looked on camera and stuff like that, which is why I never made videos before, even though I really wanted to. I was so uncomfortable with it. And as I grew older, my eye was getting worse. My eyebrow was getting lower and lower, my eyelid was getting lower and heavier, and I'll insert some pictures, so like before pictures of what my eye looked like. It was always just uneven, and you could see it in photos. People didn't notice in real life until I pointed it out, but of course I noticed, and that's kind of the most important thing. I noticed it. It was always at the forefront of my mind when I took pictures and did videos, like, oh my god, my eye. So I decided that I was going to try and fix it, and I looked into it. I researched it a lot. I thought maybe I could just do like an eyelid surgery, but apparently my eyelid wasn't the problem. They couldn't do anything with my eyelid. It was actually my forehead muscles that were like tight on one side and loose on the other, so I would have to have a forehead lift. And I was like, okay, that is bigger than I expected. Okay, it sounds scary. And they told me it wouldn't be like a traditional forehead lift where they like sliced your hairline and pulled back your skin. This would be a like endoscopic forehead lift. So they'd go in like with the little like the robot and the camera and stuff, and they'd do it like with imagine knitting needles. They do it like with the knitting needle thing. So they would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incisions on the side of my head, and I was like, okay, a bit more than I expected, but okay. And then they mentioned the drainage tube, and that's where I completely freaked out. I would have had to have a drainage tube in my head, like a tube in my head, and I just completely freaked out. Essentially, I would have a drainage tube in my head, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to book it yeah, I'm gonna think about it. But then I ended up going home anyway, so I didn't get it done. And then over the past year, my eye was getting worse and worse. It was starting to feel worse as well. Like, it was very heavy, it was uncomfortable, it was sticky. Like, it's really hard to explain. Like, when I explain to people why I got it done, they're like, oh, I don't notice any difference, I didn't see it before. And it's like, yeah, but the feeling was there. It was very, very heavy and sticky, and I started just getting pains and aches. So I was like, right, I need to get it done. And also I just need to get it done because I'm like happy with the way I look, but I wasn't happy with my eye. Like, my eye was the only thing I thought was like holding me back, I guess. So I went to my second consultation with the intent of booking it and getting it done at Christmas vacation, since I wasn't going home this year. So to my second consultation, I was like, yep, I know about the tube now, it's fine, I know everything that's going to happen, I'm prepared, I'm like ready to do this. So I was like, yep, I'm gonna book it. And so I booked it for, I think it was 2 weeks later, and I booked it for the day after I finished work. So for Christmas vacation, I booked it on the 22nd so that I would have time to heal and go to like my follow-up appointments without having to like interfere with work. So where I got it done, I went to Soul Queen Clinic in Gangnam. It's right outside Gangnam exit 10. And I went there because I felt the most comfortable. They were so thorough in the consultation, they were so nice. They really took their time to explain everything, draw diagrams, show me pictures. Whereas other places, I walked in and I walked out within less than 10 minutes. And it was kind of like, yeah, we'll do a forehead lift, here's the price. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Like, there was no comfort, there was no like in-depth description. It was just very much you get this, here's the price, do you want to book it? And so when I went to Soul Korean, they were very thorough and just really, really nice, and took their time to explain everything to me and make sure I was comfortable. So I felt really, really comfortable with them, which is why I decided to book with them. For the price, it's much more than I expected. 3,600,000. So you're talking $3,600. They did offer me a discount. This is not like what I said, I paid for it myself. This is not sponsored, it's not gifted, it's not anything like that. I'm mentioning the clinic because I was happy with them. So the price, yeah, $3,600. But they gave me a discount because I agreed to have my before and after pictures taken and used for marketing. So they gave me like $300 off. So the surgery was 3,300,000 won, which is about $3,300. So yeah, I booked it, I paid the deposit, and I was ready to go. So I had a forehead lift, which is 이마거상 수술. So ima is forehead, and I guess 이마거상 is like the procedure. 수술 is surgery. So if, just in case anyone else is looking for forehead surgery in Korea, it's 이마거상 수술. So a forehead lift surgery. So that's what I got. Yeah. So I went to the clinic. My surgery was scheduled for 12. It didn't happen until 1:30, unfortunately, so that was a bit annoying because it meant that the person who was going to take me home couldn't take me home anymore. But they were very nice and accommodating, and they let me go into a little room. They gave me a private room to recover in, which usually you get a bed in like a joint room, but they gave me a private room, which was really nice. So I waited in there for my surgery, and then I went into the operating room. I lay down, and within seconds I was out. I remember waking up, I don't know, I just remember seeing like on the ceiling there was like a leaf pattern. I don't remember being able to see. I could see like the green colour, but I can't remember seeing anything. But I remember the first thing I asked was, 몇 시예요? I said it like really like urgently, like 몇시예요? Like, what time is it? And I remember I couldn't hear the woman was like 3시 40분이에요. And I was like, why did I ask what time it was? Like, the first thing I do when I wake up from surgery is ask what the time was. And I just remember going, 네. And then like that was it. And then I remember vaguely taking steps out of the surgery room and into the recovery room. I don't remember like seeing or hearing anything, but I just remember getting into the bed, and obviously because it's winter here, it was a heated bed, and I remember going, 따뜻해, like, oh, so warm, as I like crawled into the bed. The nurse must have thought, what an idiot. But yeah, and then I like must have slept for a bit, and then I remember it took me ages, like I came to very quickly, but it took ages for my vision to come back. I must have had like jelly in my eyes or something, because I just remember like I was trying really hard to be able to see, but everything was just a blur, and I was like, oh god, like I want to see. But eventually I was able to see. I started to sit up, and I hadn't eaten or drank anything obviously for like 12 hours, so I had a soybean milk which was left for me in the room, which was really nice, so I downed that right away, and I just chilled in the waiting room for about an hour and a half until I felt like I could stand up and go home. I'll insert some pictures of what I looked like. If you don't like blood, look away. 3, 2, 1. Here's what I looked like after surgery. I literally looked like a pinhead. And yeah, there's my little tube and my blood bag. So fashion. I had to like clip it to my t-shirt on my pants. But yeah, so I stayed in the room for about an hour and a half. The doctor came in as well after surgery and was like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? The surgery went really well. And I was like, yeah, cool. Everything's fine. And yeah, so then after everything, I got dressed and I went to the front desk. I picked up my prescription and I was off. I went to the chemist, I got the prescription, and then I got the train home. I got the train home looking like this. Like I said, my friend couldn't come anymore to pick me up because the surgery was delayed, so I had to get the train home. But it was fine, I felt okay. The first night was quite uncomfortable, not like head-wise, but sleeping upright, like you can see my pillow was like propped up. It was like even more propped up than that, obviously to stop the swelling. So I had my medicine, I had my bed propped up, and I also had pumpkin juice, which is what they recommend for surgery to stop the swelling and stuff. So yeah, that was surgery and the first night, which was fine. I haven't had any like discomfort or pain with this surgery, really. Quite surprised. I was expecting tremendous headaches and I didn't get that, so thank you, lucky. But yeah, so that was the first day and night. The next day I had to go and have my tube taken out. It makes me want to vomit even thinking about it. So I was really anxious about this because I know obviously having a tube pulled, like the tube was like in my head, like having it pulled out. Yeah, I'll run through this very quickly. I went there, I lay down on not the table, the bed. He started to pull the tube out. I asked if it's gonna hurt, and he said it is gonna hurt, like unfortunately. I expected it. So I was holding my hands really tightly. He started to pull. I remember thinking, this is so painful. And then everything's black. I went unconscious. I passed out. I passed out. And I remember they said I was unconscious for quite like a little bit. But so I don't remember them actually like finishing taking the tube out because I was obviously passed out. And then I was lying down like in my puffer jacket because I didn't take my jacket off, and the ceiling had the same like leaf print as the operating room. So when I came to, like my eyes are really blurry, but I could see the green ceiling, and I thought, I thought I was having surgery. I was like, oh my god, I've woke up. So he leant over me, he was like, are you okay? And I was like, am I awake? And he went, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, why am I awake? But then it took me a few seconds to realize, oh wait, no, I've had the surgery, this is the next day. And yeah, I just kept dipping in and out of consciousness. So I remember him being like, follow my finger, like say your name, say my name. And yeah, I passed out. And so he was like, okay, let's get her into a recovery room, let's lie her down for a bit, let's give her like a laser treatment. So they brought me to another room, they lay me down on a bed, and they put like this laser over my head, which is supposed to like soothe the head and stuff, like help with bruising and swelling. So I was under there for 20 minutes, and then I got up and I left. That was yeah, I felt fine after that, but having the tube pulled, ooh, just yeah, made me pass out. So that was day 2. Oh, this is what I looked like when I had the bandages and the tube removed. They left my hair like that. Like, they didn't even pat it down or anything. They just let me go out like that. So of course I had like a hood on, but it's so funny. I look at that picture, I'm like, why did they let me leave like that? But yeah, so that was the second day. The next few days, obviously my swelling and bruising really started to appear, and I'll show you what I looked like. Are you ready? When I video called my mom was like, oh my god, you look a different race, especially when I smiled, because my eyes completely disappeared. She was like, oh my god. That bruising came around the 3rd day, and then was really bad for the 4th day, and then the 5th day, and so on, it started to go down. And then the swelling also went down within the week. So it wasn't like a long time that I looked like that, thank god. But yeah, and then I had to go back 7 days later to have my staples removed. So I had 25 staples in my head. Like I said, they made 5 incisions, 1 in the center, 2 next to it, and then 2 by my ears, because they were lifting up here and here. So I had 25 metal surgical staples in my head. Again, if you're squeamish, look away in 3, 2, 1. They weren't uncomfortable or anything. It was kind of weird to wash my hair. I had to wash them very carefully, and I kept having to apply iodine to it, which smelled really bad. But the staples were fine, easy to take care of. And yeah, after 7 days, I went back to the clinic and I was having my staples removed. So I sat in the chair, and I wasn't nervous for this because I'd seen videos of having staples removed on YouTube, and they literally it's kind of like how we would remove staples. You put something under, you clip it, and the wings go bloop. So I didn't think it was going to hurt. I didn't think it was going to be like traumatic. So I sit down, she takes the first one out, and I'm like, ooh, okay, that's fine. And then I feel dripping down my face, so I start to bleed, which I wasn't expecting actually. And then she clipped the second one, and then this is when my body temperature rose and my vision just straight away started to go blurry and my ears were ringing, and I was like, whoa, hold on, why am I feeling like this? Like, it doesn't hurt, what's going on? I had blood dripping down my face. She was trying to clean it, and I think she was kind of surprised by the blood as well, because she was kind of like do I take it out, or do I pat the blood? Like, she kind of seemed like overwhelmed at that moment. And then so I told her, I was like, well, like, 갑자기 어지러워요. She was like, oh, like, you're dizzy? And I was like, yeah, I feel really, really dizzy. And she's like, okay, it's okay. And then she took all of these ones out, and then she started with this one, and then I don't remember anything else. Oh, So I passed out again, even though it didn't hurt. I guess I've got like a trauma now. So in those situations, I just, whoop, my brain is like, whoa, shut it down. So yeah, I passed out, but this one was really bad. I don't remember her taking any of the staples out apart from the middle one. So when I came to, I didn't realize that everything had gone. I remember touching my head and being like, I can't tell if that's a scar or if that's a staple. But I remember sitting in a chair, my ears were just ringing and buzzing, my head was pounding, and I was dripping in sweat. Like, I was soaked through, and I couldn't see anything, but I know the doctor was there. I could see his like shadow, like the surgeon, and I couldn't hear anything either. I know he was talking to me, but I can't hear him. I can't remember anything he said. But weirdly enough, I can remember him saying to the nurse, we need to get her with an IV right now. We need to take her to, like, she needs an injection, she needs an IV, and we'll do the laser treatment again. So I remember sitting on the chair for a while, and then I was still like ringing and vision was blurry and my head was pounding, but I could see more clearly now. And so the nurse like helped me up and she was like, can you walk? And I was like, I'll try, but I'm really, really dizzy. And so she was walking me to the recovery room. She was really sweet. She was like holding me and like rubbing my hand and making sure I was okay. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was like, 안 아픈데 갑자기 어지러워서. It's like, oh, it didn't hurt, but I suddenly feel so dizzy. She was like, oh, it's okay. And then like I got on the bed in the recovery room and I was like, I just remember feeling awful, like absolutely awful. And yeah, they got me on a drip, an IV drip with some vitamins, like, and they put the laser thing back on my head. So I was under there for 20 minutes. Stayed there, I recovered for a bit, and then it was time to go home. So I got up. The bed that I was laying on, like, you could see like the sheets were wet. I was like, fuck, like I'm so hot and sweaty and my head is killing me, and I just wanted to go home. So I went to the front and, you know, I like signed out, and then again I got the train home and I was like, fuck, I need a pizza and a massive like recovery drink, the huge massive green matcha green tea latte slushy, and that is my recovery drink. So I got pizza, I got that, and that was it. I just ate that. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit and for the rest of the night just be a potato. So that was that experience. And then the next day I had a migraine. This migraine lasted 2 days and I was vomiting and it was just really, really bad. But obviously that's not because of my head, that's because of, like, I fainted. So that's nothing to do with the surgery. But yeah, that's kind of the last step, I guess. That was the last time I went to the clinic. I have to go to the clinic again next month for like my 1 month picture to be taken for the before and after. But yeah, that has been it so far. The swelling has gone down completely right now. Like, I'm not swollen. As you can see, my eyes are completely even. My eyebrows are even. I have 2 eyelids. They are the same. One is not heavier than the other. So I'm really, really happy. It's really weird. Like, when I used to notice it the most is after work. I'd be on the train home, and obviously the subway is like, when you stand in front of the window, it's just completely black. All you can see is your reflection. All I would notice was my eye, and all I would feel was how heavy my eye was, and I'd look awful. I just remember, like, I'd be holding the rail, I'd be looking at myself, like I can't help but look at myself, like I'm stood in front of a window, and I'm like, oh god, I hate it. But now I stand there and I'm looking and I'm like, I'm looking for the droop, like I'm looking for it, I'm waiting for it to appear, and I'm like my eyes are even. It's really weird, but it's yeah, it's good. It's gonna take a while to get used to, obviously, but yeah. So hopefully I'll be more confident on camera now, and I can make more videos, more sit down videos, more videos with me like in them in general, instead of my feet or my chest just wandering around. But yeah, oh, I'll pop in before and after. Big difference, right? And yeah, just I haven't taken any like photos really, but I've taken photos with like Instagram filters on, but obviously they filter your face, but they don't like alter like a droopy eye. So here's some of those ones, and you can see my eye looks even. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. The only thing left now is I am scabbing where the scars are, obviously. So I'm a bit flaky, which is not nice. My head is still like sensitive to touch, and like sensitive with the cold wind. I've just been wearing this to like protect it. But yeah, the only places I can feel like sensitivity, like not pain, but like imagine pushing a bruise, are here, my temples, and just above my eyebrows. But everywhere else is fine. I can't feel here right now, and I can't feel here, like the top of my head at all. Like I can't feel it. It's just when I itch, it's really weird. Like I can't feel like I'm itching anything. But that will come back, obviously. There's a little tingling sensation every now and again, but obviously that's my nerves catching up to what's happened. I can't move. Let me like separate my French. Ooh. I can't move my eyes very much. Like this is as much as I can do. Like when I tried to make angry eyes at school, I'm like, I can't do it. So yeah, this doesn't move, but the corners of my eyebrows are starting to move. So yeah, I am excited for it to fully get back to normal, and yeah, just hopefully I can feel more confident from now on. But yeah, that is a very long talky vlog about my surgery, my forehead lift. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't think you can really enjoy this video. I hope this video was a little bit informative. Maybe if you were just curious, like you heard me say that I was having surgery in my last video, or you follow my Instagram and you'd see me post pictures and videos and stuff, but you weren't really sure what I had done and why. I hope this quenched your curiosity. No, that's not the right. Quenched your fulfilled your curiosity, cured your curiosity. I don't know. Basically, if you were curious, I hope this helped. This is why I had surgery. So yeah, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I hope you're in the planning stage with all your goals and journaling and stuff. I know I am. I got a new life work journal, which is amazing. Maybe I can do a video on that for you guys. But yeah, I'm just waiting to get back to exercise. I can't exercise for 4 weeks and it's killing me. Like I can't get back to my like grind and like 2023 goals until February because I can't do anything. I can't exercise. So yeah, bear with me for this month. I'm not really sure what the video is going to be like, but February starts and that's when my grind starts. That's when we push towards my 2023 goals, which are exciting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments if you want. Let me know what you want to see from me for this year. And yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram, then make sure you do, because I do post obviously daily on there and stories and stuff, so you would have been able to catch up what I've been up to with the surgery. But yeah, I will stop waffling now because this is really awkward. thank you for 200 subscribers already. That's really cool. And yeah, I hope 2023 has been a good start for you, and see you in the next one. Bye.